I'm John Buckley, Chief Fire Officer for Nottinghamshire Fire and Rescue Service. Well, my career started back in early 90s when I joined Derbyshire Fire and Rescue Service as an on-call firefighter. And I did that for a couple of years, and then was fortunate enough to be successful and join Nottinghamshire as a whole-time firefighter, and that was in 1996. I saw the job advertised in my local community for being an on-call firefighter, and I thought I can make a difference there. You know, the job really attracted me, and I thought the way it was advertised was about having an impact and serving your community, and I'd grown up in the town and thought that sounds really exciting, and I want to do that. And then as I became an on-call firefighter, I realised what a fantastic career it could be if I was whole-time. And at the time I worked in the textiles industry, which was in decline, and I was looking for the kind of next career move for me, and fortunately it was the fire service. For me, the service, I suppose, has become a way of life after over 25 years of working in it, and all the different roles I've held and been a privilege to hold, and the kind of I suppose sometimes the highs and the lows, and the tests that we face being firefighters along the way are equally some of the most sort of positive things you look back on. And I think being able to help and support communities and be there for them when they need us the most is something that, you know, it's such a pleasure to be able to do. I think the other side of it is the fantastic people I've been able to work with over the years, and I've learned so much about people and so much about the way other people live, coming from where I came from and moving into an organisation with such diverse people. Very early on in my career, I was almost 28 years old when I joined the fire service. In my previous career, I'd been a manager, I'd held responsibility, and when I joined the service, I learned my craft and became a firefighter, but I could see that the opportunities were there for me. I never sat at the beginning and thinking I want to be a chief. I always thought I want to get more out of it, and to do that, put more in it. So, you know, progression and promotion was the steps I took. And around me, people supported me and pushed me and challenged me sometimes. So I ended up being promoted into roles which wouldn't have been my first choice, but looking back were really critical parts of my journey as I learned more about the organisation and more about myself, and made me a more rounded manager and rounded leader as I've progressed. I think I would like to see the service more reflective of our communities in a physical sense. I'd like to see that. I think the role we do and our place in society will remain the same. We will be there for people when they need us. I think we do need to be more reflective though, and that develops greater understanding. You know, I came from a little kind of town, and you know, I moved to a place working in a city which is very different, but we need to reflect that community to support and understand that community. And risk within society changes continually, and we need to keep up with those changes so that we can respond and be that service for our people. I think as we now look for our next batch of firefighters, the type of people we're looking for are those with a good heart, a good sense of what community is about, people who want to help and serve their community. And there is no better role than being a public servant. And that is not about a big, powerful, strapping guy to do the job. That is not the job of a firefighter. A firefighter's role can be physically demanding, but it's a team approach, and that physicality can be more about fitness and mental attitude. What we are looking for is people with empathy, understanding, a real desire to support and help their communities and really make a difference. I think the bit of advice I'd give to someone who's thinking about it, stop thinking about it and get on with it. You know, there's a lot of perceptions around what the role of a firefighter is and what being in the fire service is about. I would say come and have a look at what we do, come and speak to our people and give it a go. It's a fantastic, rewarding career which can offer so many different variations around a job. And people see a fire engine, they see us put fires out, they see us go to road traffic collisions. They don't see some of the things what sits behind that, some of our community engagement, some of the development and training we give for staff, the ability to be able to provide a real wide range of careers for people as they join the service and progress through the organisation. If you're not sure if being a firefighter is right for you, if you think you're probably not cut out for it or don't have the skills, I would say stop and think. You know, what we're looking for are people with that big heart, with a real sense of community, wanting to make a difference. And what I would say to you is, yes, you can.